Raw carrots are underrated.
I love them so much.
Yeah.
I ate loads of them. Hotkeys. Um, Sauces, yes.
I had mine muted to bound to my back button, and I kept accidentally activating it during the stream. So I just shut up for like 5 minutes straight until I noticed. I changed it.
Okay,
Do you not have a physical mute on your microphone, or do you have that?
And Tim Omlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
Welcome, Trouts and Troutettes, to the official former Trout stream for the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm joined here by Alex Cochran in the commentary booth, and obviously myself, Maximilian Junger, in charge of the commentary tonight. So Alex, how are you doing tonight?
Yes, hello Maxi, hello everyone watching the stream. Very, very glad to be here. I'm doing great, thank you. And yeah, we're here at Spa. Should be a fantastic race. One of the highlights of the season, I think. You know, everyone loves Spa. It always puts on a great race. And Stevenson runs really wide through on there.
I think he's on his outlap. I'm just trying to...
But yeah, I'm really excited for this race overall.
You see now the bankers have already been set. Apologies for that. We've started the stream slightly late. But at the moment, Steven Stevenson's on top. Jan Dragoon closely following, 4/10 apart. Obviously, gap's a bit larger here since Spa is a longer track, longer lap. We see Thomas Barbieri about to start his lap. Let's see what he can do. Come around the first corner, try to get the best exit possible into Eau Rouge, and we'll have a long, long trip to the first real corner after the Camel Straight. Going through Eau Rouge. Obviously these days not even a corner, opens DRS. Tries to get a little bit of a tow from the car in front. Braking just under the 50-meter board, hitting apex nicely. And now going into a corner that I don't know the name of, and now going into no name. Getting a little bit of oversteer there. Big snap there. And missed the apex there slightly. I will try to get us a delta.
I think it's a performance delta is the one you're looking for.
It is.
But I will keep us going as we continue to go around the track. Looks like Barbieri might have tyres maybe not quite up there, because you say he missed the apex at Pujon, bit of oversteer again, missed the apex there. He's very, you know, he's up on his time by quite a margin there, but
he's
not
off
the
the pole at the
tiniest
moment.
margin.
Well, let's see if anyone else is currently on the fast lap. We'll stay with Thomas here until he finishes his lap. Gains a lot of the time in the bus stop chicane there, and puts it second. Cody Lawrence just crossed in front of him,
100.
just by 100th. The two championship rivals. Let's see if Steven Stevenson's on the lap. He is. What can he do? Come around the bus stop chicane. Also 6/10 up himself. I think that will be enough for pole, and it is provisional pole so far.
4/10 clear, but still 10 minutes to go.
Yes, well, he is looking very in shape, I must say. Last race was leading for a large part of the race, but tried the one stop compared to Barbieri's two stop, and the tires fell off for Stevenson at the end.
Yeah, it was just a couple of laps in it. Obviously, that was only a week ago as well. We've had the shortened time between the races.
Yeah,
Singapore was just a week ago because it was delayed. So all the drivers here setting the laps now have only had a week of practice to get ready for Spa.
let's call it back-to-backs. That's what we're gonna call it. We see Felipe Olsen as well, coming back into form right now. He's sitting fourth, quite close to the top three. I think he's going to be another driver to watch out today. Simon Benoit just improves up into fifth place. Let's try and find someone else on a fast lap. Jan Dragoon there. He's about to cross the line and make up a few positions. Puts himself up into second place. The only second driver to make it into the 43s. But we are going to try and find someone on a fast lap. You see Rudolph's campus. I believe they're part of a new team that's joined the Formula Trout League. Maybe you can tell us more about that, Alex.
Yes, I would love to do so. I think Campus is part of Latvian Potato Racing. quite a catchy name. It's a successor of one of your teams, isn't it, Maxi? It's kind of came out of one of the younger GP CRG Empire, let's say, teams, and has become kind of an independent one with Agnes, who's obviously I think Challenger Split champion, very talented driver himself. And has brought a few people along with him. Campus being one of them. He raced back the last two rounds, actually finishing 9th in both of them. So quite a good debut, finishing 9th on your debut, 9th in Singapore, which is another challenging track. So he's off to a good start and currently P18, like 3 seconds off. So yeah, he's gonna obviously want to improve there. But yeah, one of the new drivers who was definitely promising in the league overall.
Yeah, well, he scored points in basically all of his races so far, I believe. And yeah, Latvian Potato Racing stemming out of the ashes of CRG Academy team. Obviously, a lot of the teams in the CRG group have been withdrawn for different reasons. So a lot of these drivers have had to set up their own teams. And yeah, Latvian Potato Racing, LPR, has stemmed out of that. And doing quite well. Okay, we're gonna see Cody Lawrence here about to embark on a quick lap. Thomas Barbieri just behind him, I believe. He's just making space for himself. So we're gonna go on board with Cody.
Yeah, well, just as he starts his lap, just to go over the championship situation between those two, after Barbieri's win and Lawrence's podium at Singapore, he finished P3. The championship gap between those two is 20 points to Cody Lawrence. So Lawrence 20 points in the lead just at the halfway point of the season. This is round 7 of 12 here in the championship. So Lawrence is obviously going to want to try and get the lead back. Well, not get the lead back, he's still at the lead, but win this race, extend his championship lead. And Barbieri is going to want to be, outscoring Lawrence as much as he can, as he has a big snap of oversteer through the cone there, but kind of gets away with it. Still up on his time.
Quick look at Barbieri. Is he up? No, he's not at the moment.
And the track is rubbering in now as well. Just under 6 minutes to go. We are at 100% grip according to
Big time game in no name there for Cody. 2/10 up now. He will have to keep up this. He's still not on for pole at the moment. He will have to make more time gain. We see a car on his outlap there, James K. Hopefully he won't disturb Cody's lap. Although, not moving out the way yet.
He's going to feel this through here.
Well, I think he might get a little bit of a tow from him.
It looks like that's worked out actually.
Yeah, that has worked out nicely. He needs, I believe he needs quite a bit more time though. Let's see what he does in the bus stop. looking for the breaking point there. And manages through decently. Puts it on pole. So far, it's an equal time. Whereas Barbieri only manages third. Jan Dragoon still in the pits. Felipe Olsen loses it, decides to go into the pits there. We have Simon Benoit here on a quick one. We'll go on board with him. Let's see. Ali Gokman manages to improve up to 7th place as well. But yeah, as you said, the championship now really open, I believe. Thomas did make up 10 points in Singapore on Cody Lawrence, and that really felt like a bit of a fight back drive in general. As we said, gained the lead in the last couple of laps in that race to gain another 7 points and, well, another 10 points of his championship rival actually, and really put himself in championship discussion halfway. We just made it past the halfway point in the season, and the championship is up for grabs. As Simon Benoit loses it there, goes wide, and I believe that is his lap ruined, sadly.
Yeah, he's might have time for another lap if he gets back to the pits quickly, but less than 4 minutes to go now.
Stevenson's just going out, I think. And Cody Lawrence, I don't know if he's on his in lap. I believe he's on his in lap.
Yeah.
As well as Thomas here. Jan Dragoon's still not out to pits. Also on his out lap, I believe. So we might stay with him.
Close lap times up and down the field so far. That the 2 times at the top being the same. It's always funny to see. In real life, they time it with the 3, the tenths, thousandths. Here in Assetto Corsa land, I believe it is timed more precisely. We just can't see that, which is why Lawrence is ahead. If you added the extra digit, it would be a tiny bit faster, literally imperceptible, I'm sure, but that is the reason he is up. I think in real life, if this was that, Stevenson would be on pole still because he set the lap time first, but that's not how it works here at Assetto Corsa, as Olsen will be starting his final lap, I believe, now.
Here we go with Felipe Olsen in the beautiful Griffin gaming car. Must say, one of my favorite liveries on the grid. Here we go. Already gaining significant time, but misses the apex massively. No bother though. Ali Gokman hopefully moving out the way nicely there, and he does.
Really interesting to see his delta there. He missed the apex by such a large amount, but he's still up on his time. Look, 700ths of a second now he's up, so maybe even a tenth by the time he gets to the next corner.
Well, maybe his ERS use was different, I would guess.
Making up for it.
It's the apex there nicely. Manages to scrape.
Sorry, go on.
Manages to scrape some extra tenths off his lap time there. No name. Clean exit. And now going into Puon, I believe. Managing quite nicely as well, gaining another half tenth, another tenth even. Literally managing through that left-right section there. Onto the straight now, trying to get his best exit, but losing a bit of a time there.
Overall, a clean lap so far, 3 tenths. If you can hold it to the bus stop, that will probably P4, but will Dragoon improve? I'm sure he will. Will someone else jump in?
Bus stop, always a decisive section. Oh, massive time loss there. Massive tank slap on the last section. Now on board with Jan Dragoon, who gets a bit of oversteer.
Nearly have a track limit there.
That's legal. That's legal. All right, going to the.
Maxi Younger, the Younger GP team owner, on board with his Younger GP driver here.
No bias here, no bias here. But yeah, managing through the last.
Oh, the gravel on the exit.
But manages to not lose.
Stevenson on pole.
Stevenson on pole by a massive margin. Why didn't we watch that? I'm sorry. Okay, anyone else on a fast lap? No. Jan Dragoon about to go through the bus stop.
It's a gain, but I don't think it's enough. It's only going to put him third,
It's
if
going to
anything.
put him third position. What can Thomas Barbieri do?
10th down as he goes on the straight.
He has the bus stop left, and we know the bus stop can be massive time gain.
6/10 though.
Unlikely, but maybe a couple positions. Adam Woodward makes it up to P15 as well. Oh, he tried there. I think he tried to really wrestle it, but doesn't manage to. Philippe Olsen down. We see Giovanni Amorim on his lap still for Bag Motorsports.
Check flag is out now, so everyone who is on a lap, this is their final lap. If they are not on a lap, that is it done. Stevenson's still on pole. Lawrence wasn't able to improve. Dragoon obviously messed up at the bus stop, so Gottman P5.
Gottman P5, yeah, very nice.
Ooh,
I think that is
C4 tire.
Yeah, his best qualifying result to date, unless Giovanni Amorim can have a say about it. Let's see, as we said before many times, bus stop very decisive in terms of lap time. He is almost matching his previous best. So if he manages to go through here cleanly, he might have a little time gain. He doesn't though, basically matches his time, not enough.
The car stopped there on the start finish.
Yeah,
right?
there is indeed.
The Griffin drivers. I think that was Columba maybe.
I believe this was it in terms of fast laps. So Stevenson, an incredible pole position.
Yeah,
for
super fast.
mega
4
fast,
clear,
4
right?
tenths
Yeah.
clear of the field, which is significant considering the guys following him are previous race winners.
For the championship though, Barry in P4, Lawrence in P2, and then you've got Dragoon, Lawrence's teammate there in P3 between them.
Yeah, sandwiched in between, so quite an interesting situation. However, I believe in general you want to try and go for the win when you're trying to fight for these points. You know, between P2 and P3, P4, it's only 3 points, 2 points difference. What you really want is that 7-point gap that the win gets you to second place. But anyway, interesting qualifying session. You could say almost unexpected.
Yeah, well, I'll just run through the top 10. It's quite a varied thing with the tyre strategies. We've got Stevenson on pole on the C3, Lawrence, Barry all on the C3, and then in P5, Ali Gottman. Not sure that'll pay off, but we'll see. He'll have the advantage at the start, which could get him a few positions. Olsen behind on the C3, and Morim in 7th on the C2. So with the harder compound there, Benoit on C3 in P8, Gustavo Dalla Valle C3, and Dave Southwood all on the C3 tyre in qualifying. So C3 seems to be the favourite, but there's a few guys out there, C4, P2, see how it works for them. The alternative strategy could work when you look at the entire race distance, but we will see. Just remember press Control V, Max.
Control V.
Control B. Just to clear the grid of safety cars. We don't want them on the grid. We've had this happen before. Never want to see this in league racing. It's something that can happen due to the simulator, so keep it clean.
I've pressed
the
it, I
cars
believe.
are on the grid now. Yes, we're all good.
Okay. Okay, we're good. I'm sorry. Oh, warning, steering wheel not centered.
Can you switch to the race thing as well?
It is switched. It is switched.
Okay, apologies.
Well, the warning, steering wheel not centered, is gonna be appearing for a little bit. As 5 lights. And we're off. Steven Stevenson getting a good start there. Cody Lawrence on the outside. Jan Dragoon trying something on the inside there. Bit of a crash there at the bottom. Cody Lawrence now down to third. I think Jan Dragoon's made his way past. As we go on board with him. Stevenson defending there. Jan Dragoon going around the outside. Can he outbrake him? Cody Lawrence here trying to make his way past as well, but gets overtaken by Barbieri. Barbieri's passed.
Amazingly.
There we go, so down to P4 for Cody so far, Thomas up to P3, and Jan Dragoon from P3 to P1, so quite a bit of a switch in terms of race order here. Jan Dragoon now leading the race. As we see Stevenson go off, will this give a chance for Barbieri to go around the outside? That's brave. He's got the inside now, pushes off Stevenson there. Does this give Cody Lawrence a chance? You can see Ali Gockman following closely as well. As I believe Cody Lawrence made a mistake there. Oh, the order.
Stevenson in the background.
Stevenson's off. Oh, sorry.
I'm not even sure where Steven. Oh, P9, so.
Yeah, he must have gone off. He must have made a mistake, or somebody must have had an incident with him. As he negotiates the first corner. Oh, that's a big one there. Ryan Wilson off. I don't quite understand what happened there in terms of order. Stevenson now up to P6, and they're still battling. And he's taking out Dave Southwood. They're off. What a disastrous first couple of laps for Stevenson.
I'm completely speechless. Thankfully, in the world of sim racing, they're all okay, but that was a huge incident between those two. Southwood out of the race now. Stevenson is down in P18, P19. I think he might be out of the race.
I think that's
too,
out of the race for him, yeah. What a messy first couple of laps from him there.
Disaster of a lap start, yeah. I'm not sure what happened at all. Don't want to point any fingers, but very messy turn one, very messy up over Rouge Radion and out of the race, but up in the lead. Dragoon is now leading. Barbieri in P2, which is ideal for the championship for him, but maybe Dragoon's going to back him up into Lawrence.
Well, let's see. I must say, at Younger GP, these kind of team tactics are not employed usually. So we'll see how it goes for them. But as you said, top 3 sitting quite close. I believe once the RS opens, we might see some battling here if the gaps stay the same. Ali Gockman following them nicely as well.
Gockman on the C4 tyres, that's really paid off so far. Obviously, it was a bit messy at the front, but running P4, he's held on to the position minus Stevenson there, so it's a good start from him.
Jan Dragoon just set the fastest lap of the race as well, so he is trying to pull a gap, trying to pull out of the DRS.
See what he can do. Lap 3, the DRS is enabled now. Barbieri should maybe just get it. He's just within a second. We'll see where he was at the detection point, but Lawrence will definitely get it.
Let's see if he gets it. We'll watch the rear wing of the Trinity Sim Sport car. It does open. So he will gain on Jan Dragoon here. Gains a couple of tenths down the straight.
Control L, Maxi, please.
Control L. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This top three, very reminiscent of last week. Just this time it's Stevenson instead, Dragoon instead of Stevenson there. So younger GP affiliated driver this time. But as you said, no team tactics here. I'm sure Dragoon is racing for himself as much as Lawrence and Barberi are.
Well, Philippe Olsen off there. Sorry?
Nothing.
But yes, Jan Dragoon making a comeback after last race. He was hit by COVID. Still tried to make the race. Leslie Peters out of the race, just DNF'd. But yeah, Jan Dragoon last week tried to race with a bit of a condition and couldn't make it through the entire race. Had to quit. Tried to pull off quite a heroic drive there, but wasn't feeling fit enough. So now he's back up to full fitness, he said, and we can obviously see he's doing quite well for himself.
There he goes fastest though, 46.1 there. So
that sends Cody Lawrence out of the DRS as well. Can Thomas Barbieri make it up to P1? Let's see how strong the DRS and slipstream will be. Opens the wing there as he tries to gain on the car in front, but I believe he's too far away. And we see just behind a bit of a battle forming. Giovanni Amorim against Gockman, gets past Gockman quite cleanly with the aid of DRS.
Really important for Amorim there as well. He's on the C2 tyres. Gockman started on the C4, so completely different strategy there. They're both on the alternative strategy, and it's Amorim getting clear of Gockman, and hopefully will, well, for his sake, will pull a gap now to make that alternative strategy work. Imran Sheikh on the back of Moreno, one of the Diamondback cars right on his gearbox to go into the hairpin.
Well, Ryan Wilson there, quite a victim of the opening lap incidents. Usually a driver that can challenge for points, challenge for a top 5. And we can see, I believe, he's struggling with front wing damage there, I would say. Thomas Barbieri now getting quite close to the car in front, quite close to Jan Dragoon.
DRS down start finish. A lot of wheel spin on the exit though.
Yep, he will have DRS down this straight though to try and make that time gap.
So close.
So close indeed. And now gonna sit in the slipstream. I believe this will be a fairly straightforward pass unless Jan Dragoon can pull something out of the bag here, as Barbieri should be opening DRS now and cleanly past Jan Dragoon.
I think Dragoon knew the move was done, nothing he could really do, no point going to the inside because he's just going to sail past and be ahead before the braking zone. It's such a long straight there. Allows Barry to take the lead on lap 5:29, the same tyre strategy, so they're all going to be, well, we said this last time, they were all on the same tyre at the start of the race, they'll all be on the same tyre, but then they all went on different tyres, so we'll see how this goes. Not sure if you can provide any insight, Maxi, on what the young GP cars are going to be doing.
Well, I can. I believe it's going to be a one-stop for us tonight. At least the boys said the two-stop is less likely, less of an advantage than on Singapore. I think they're going to try and stick with a single stop, a scheduled stop at least. Who knows what can happen in the race. But yeah, what Jan Dragoon is probably trying right now is to keep within that DRS. And he's very close. He's going to attempt to pass here. Close. Around the outside. And he makes it past.
Barry backed off. He's getting the DRS. Both playing the DRS train. Ooh, very nearly up into the gearbox of Dragoon there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Barry. Must have just made a mistake on the exit of... I can't remember what those corners are called at all. But yeah, Dragoon getting back past. And then Dragoon has obviously dropped. Barberi has dropped behind to get the DRS. It's a repeat of last lap. I'm sure.
Is he going to try and slow him down here? No. Ooh, that is... He has to back out the throttle there, Barbieri. He's going to have DRS again. Fly past Dragoon. Dragoon's going to get back in the slipstream. He's going to try something. No. Too short of a braking zone there to try a dive bomb or anything of the sort. But Jan Dragoon smelling the opportunity and immediately pouncing on it to re-overtake Barbieri there for a short period of time until DRS strikes again. But yeah, I think this allows Cody Lawrence to get a little bit back into the game, back into the groove.
So if he can keep this up through Sector 2 into Sector 3, he might get the DRS and be able to close back up on that top pair. Challenge for the lead potentially. Barberi is going to be wanting to build that gap. We'll see if he makes a mistake again around this corner. I'm sure he probably won't make the same mistake twice. Neat and tidy through there this time. 7 tenths to Dragoon, and that gap is not coming down as it was last lap, which allows Dragoon to get back past.
Well, I do believe it seems to be a theme that the younger GB cars are a little bit faster on the straights. I don't know if it's just in my head. Oh, as we see Barbieri there make a slight mistake, I believe.
Yeah,
anyway.
He just mounted the curve a little bit and lost a little bit of time, but he's still a lot faster that last lap. Obviously with the DRS, but 1.1 seconds he was faster that last lap.
Unbelievable.
Will have the DRS this time. Lawrence will have the DRS this time as well. He's within a second of Dragoon, but that 1 second gap nearly, that's going to be enough, I assume, for Barberi to keep the position down this straight and see if he can pull that gap through the rest of the lap. Lap 7 of 29, Barberi leads here at Spa. Rositis in the back has dropped down to P20. Not sure what's happened to him. Had a torrid time out there. Currently last of all the cars on track, dropped behind Moreno and Woodward. I think Woodward stalled at the start of the race as well, so definitely was involved in it.
Oh, as we see them go side by side there, I knew I was catching something. Ryan Wilson going past Johnson.
Who's going to have the DRS here, though? Have we seen a similar thing? What happened with Dragoon?
Oh, CPM gets it. Sorry, Ryan Wilson gets it. And I think manages to keep position as a result.
Nearly goes deep into Lacombe, but keeps it this time. If he can keep it neat and tidy, yes, he does. So P14 for Wilson, maybe a bit down on where his usual positions are, but fighting to get back up within the pack. I think Southwood, the other DAC racing driver, retired after that incident with Stevenson, so he's the last remaining yellow car, if you don't count the Diamondback ones. Yeah, not doing a bad job out there. Dalla Valle in P11 as well, close to Cyprian in front.
As Jan Dragoon sets a personal best, I believe, but not enough to keep within the RS, so this is quite interesting. They've all sort of built their own gap to each other. They're all out of the RS now. But yeah, we're going to see here.
If none of them make a mistake, I think that top 3 battle, it's going to be decided with strategy. See who can get an undercut, who's going to be the first one to decide to go into the pits. We're only on lap 8 of 29, but that's third distance already nearly. Such a long lap here. Means the actual lap count is quite low, 200 kilometers an hour kilometer distance, but when the lap is long, it makes the lap count low. Dalla Valle tucked right behind Stoian, but not close enough to make a move. He had the DRS, was in the slipstream, not able to overtake, but Cyprian importantly misses the apex there, allows Dalla Valle to close up again as he comes into the hairpin.
Ooh, misses apex again. Well, the interesting thing about Spa and what we'll see here for a lot of cars is they will be running quite different wing setups. The middle sector for a high downforce setup is quite advantageous. You can get a lot of time.
Huge again.
And I do know, I have insider info telling me Cyprian Stoian is running an extremely low aero setup. He's banking on that straight line speed. So I believe that is making life quite difficult for Gustavo here.
It can pay off for sure. I remember, I think it's back in season 9. We both had first-hand experience of this, Maxi, and you were the one running the low aero that time.
Indeed, I
It
was.
took me about 4 laps to get past you, even though I had about 10 lap newer tyres. Oh, Gottman in the pits from P4, I think he was. So it was the C4 runner pitting on lap 9 of 29. What tyres will he go on to? C2s for the one stop maybe, or another set of C4s or C3s for the 2 stop.
Pits into the first box and puts on the yellow wall tires. So that is the C3.
Are they C3s, I believe?
So I believe he's going for a 2-stop then. But let's see Gustavo Della Valle with the DRS. So he's got a 6/10 gap when he opens DRS. And it barely shrinks. So I do believe there is quite a aero difference between these two. As we see in the corners, Gustavo Della Valle making massive inroads.
It's so frustrating to be a driver in this situation, though. Obviously, he knows.
As he makes a mistake there. Big puff of smoke coming up from the lockup. But it is impossible to overtake here in this middle sector.
I was about to say, it's so frustrating. You're behind a car, he makes a mistake. Look, Della Valle is just 3/10 behind here, but unless there's a long braking zone, unless you can get right alongside, there's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and wait. Dirty air here. See his front end just washing out as he comes through the chicane. Can't get close. He'll drop back through here. And then Cyprian Stoian with that low aero, he's just going to pull away again.
He'll drive off. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the gap. 6/10. And he's sitting in the slipstream and losing time. Almost.
It's costing Della Valle so much time overall. He's running P10 at the moment on those C3s. Cyprian's obviously on the same tyre, but he's about the same pace. If Cyprian wasn't there, Gustavo would be pulling away from Gonkman on behind on the alternative strategy, closing up on Griffiths in front maybe, and he just can't do it because of that. The cork in the bottle, which is Cyprian holding him up with that low aero.
Beautiful shot there going up Eau Rouge. But yeah, Gustavo Della Valle, he's closer now than he was before, and we see him closing in massively. I believe Cyprian might be saving some ERS, some energy there.
So much later on the brakes, and Stoian
I think this will give him a chance if he tries to dive. But thinks better of it. And they're both wide. Could have.
Cyprian parking the bus in the middle of the track, going a little bit deep, but nothing he can do.
But
Cyprian ran wide
he's
again.
left an opening there. We wait, and there they come. Cyprian still in front, unbelievable. Gustavo Della Valle trying around the outside, but Cyprian drives the widest car in the world sometimes when he's defending. He's notorious for being a difficult man to overtake, so we're watching the Romanian defense played out right now.
And look at the delta, 1.5 seconds down for Della Valle. He just can't keep up in the straight, but he is closing a little bit. He must just be in the slipstream. Will he be able to make a move into the bus stop? He looks a little bit, but nothing he can do. Cyprian goes deep. Della Valle tries to go for the switchback.
I think he'll have a chance here. But we all know what's going to happen the next straight.
Cyprian
as he thinks better of it. I think Della Valle there knew he was going to be a sitting duck the next straight if he attempted a move there.
Yeah, he's the one that wanted the DRS. He's going to have the DRS. He's closer than he's ever been before. Just 3/10 as they climb the hill. All over the road for Della Valle, trying to keep it behind in the dirty air.
Oh, barely leaves him space. Is he going to try come back? No, thinks better of it.
Nothing he can do.
I
Good
think
overtake Della Valle to finally get the position, but I'm sure he's just going to pull away in this middle sector now as Stoian finally gets passed by the Brazilian. And
Ooh.
yeah, he see the front end just washing out as well as he's now in the dirty air with that low aero setup. Nothing he can do to keep up with Dalla Valle, who has almost gained a second as he comes into the Pujon.
Yeah, Dalla Valle up on his delta, so we can see cork in the bottle was Cyprian Stoyan.
Dalla Valle is up 5.
You see Cody Lawrence very close to Thomas has lost the lead. We missed this. Thomas lost the lead. Must have made a mistake there. And Cody Lawrence,
into
Thomas
the pit lane.
into the pit lane there. But yeah,
I'm so sorry, I have no idea what happened. Yeah, Baberi lost the lead to Dragoon. Lawrence was so close behind him, just a few tenths, and then Baberi went deep into the bus stop, decided to enter the pit lane. Maybe last minute decision. He comes into the pits, lap 12 of 29 on the C3 tyre. What will he be going on to? I imagine it's probably the C2s.
C2 or C1, that's the logical choice, I believe.
He's in
Let's
the
see.
pits for quite a while. I think they're the C1s. So the non-banded white tyre, I believe, are the C1s.
Yes, they are the C1s, indeed, I think.
Yeah, so Barberi going to be going to the end of the race now. He's got a 5-second gap to Griffiths in front, so a nice chunk of clean air to put some good lap times in. Dragoon is surely going to respond. Lawrence is going to respond as well, I'm sure. Amarim now in P3.
Well, let's see.
Podium.
Thomas Barbieri at least in clean air, so that's good for him. No cars holding him up. So
Keep my eye on the Delta to see what lap times he's doing as he circulates on his outlap. See if Dragoon or Lawrence responds.
but I believe it's quite early to go in. I believe it's really early still.
It does feel early, yes, I agree.
It feels early. Well, maybe that's why he went on to C1, but I feel like those two up ahead, the JGB cars sitting 1-2 at the moment, at least briefly. I don't think they will pit so early. I don't think that would be the smart thing to do.
I agree. I definitely think very maybe of the moment decision there just to pit, change the strategy up suddenly, because I don't imagine that was the plan. I'm not sure where.
Well, logically speaking, he must have. Oh, Jan Dragoon pits. Logically speaking, he must have made a mistake, lost the lead, and thought, well, I'm sliding all over the place. We saw him sliding there in the bus stop, so he must have thought to himself, well, time to pit, put on fresh rubber.
Gained 8 tenths on Dragoon in the middle sector on that last lap.
I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. Let's see. I'm gonna go on board with Barbieri, sorry. I need to pronounce his name correctly, he said.
Pit exit now for Dragoon. Dragoon coming out the pit.
There he is. There he is. So, Dragoon in the lead once again. Now, I think both of these will be gaining on Cody Lawrence. So, what is the move for Cody here? Does he pit now for C1? Does he wait a couple more laps, put on the softer tire, try and make up the gap? I believe the second option is the smart one. These two will battle. Dragoon is on the C2. Okay, well.
The softer tire, sorry.
Dragoon on the softer compound. Hoping he will make up a gap early in the stint. But traffic there for them. Traffic.
Yeah, Dragoon has Griffiths and Willems in front.
So this is going to favor Cody. This is going to favor Cody here. Well, we don't know. We don't know the net lead now.
The Dragoon is going to want to clear this track as soon as possible. Barry had a nice 5-second gap to put in some fast laps, but that has closed so fast. Griffiths and Willems yet to pit in front.
So it's not in Cody's advantage to pit right now. What's he going to do? He's going to stay out.
This is the right decision. This could win Cody the race. If he stays out, Dragoon goes up the inside of Griffiths into Blanchemont. Yeah, if Lawrence stays out, he's going to build that gap to Willems, build that gap to Griffiths, and then when he pits, he'll be in front of those two cars. We'll see, though, how much Dragoon gets held up, because, Willems into the pit, so he doesn't have to clear Willems.
And this will give the DRS as well to the guys. Simon Benoit in the pits as well. So, Thomas here only has to negotiate Columba, and he will be fine pretty much. Has to slow himself down though, has to back out, but ooh, keeping it very close to Columba Griffith there. Now pulling aside and with the RS, easy move. Have you kept a little bit of an update on the gap? Have these guys caught up to Cody at all?
Yeah, so their lap times, even with that traffic, they're so much faster. In that last sector
Ooh,
alone,
big tank
it's
slapper
9,
there
10.
for Jan Dragoon. I don't know how he kept that one, but heating up, warming up those C2 tires nicely.
Yeah, the
Yeah, and
balance car doesn't do so much.
as you said, yeah, well, visually looking at those gaps, I think it has gone to a 17-second gap. It was previously 18.5. There or thereabouts. No?
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough for Lawrence to come out in front.
But
You know,
I think he's heading into pits now. Yep, predicted it well. And
this is going to be really close. Where will he come out? Will he be in front of Barberi? Will he be behind him? Will he be between the two cars? It's impossible to say. They're both coming into the last corner now.
we're gonna wait and see here.
Yeah, Lawrence is just stopping in his pit box now, so he's massively behind these
Yeah,
two.
I don't think he's yeah. Well, not that massively, but I think there's
Griffith
still.
might be able to jump him here though as well. The Griffin driver. This will cost Cody.
Oh no,
He's not
yeah,
going to have DRS.
but he might still get past. We'll just have to wait and see. Just with pure slipstream. At a moment there on cold tires, Cody did, but easily manages to get back past.
Doesn't
And
cost
now
him too much.
the net order is once again Jan Dragoon, Thomas Barbieri, and Cody Lawrence. That is the net order. Cody Lawrence sitting 2.8 behind Thomas. Thomas sitting 1.5 behind Jan Dragoon. And I think we saw these two battling. We missed it. We'll have a look. Oh, and we see Rudolph. Rudolph's off. Rudolph Campus. Going through a spin there. Rejoining the track. Hopefully quite safely. That's past Cyprian Stoyan, I believe that is.
Just for the information as well, Lawrence is on the C2 tyres as well, so both the younger GP cars on the C2s, the Trinity car of Thomas is on the C1s.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what the right tyre to be on is, but Thomas keeping up quite well at the moment. He's not losing massive amounts of time to the C2 guys, so let's see once Cody's tyres have come up to temperature what he can do. But I believe
we've seen similar to this at Fuji, where the two leaders were on different compounds of tyre, but it wasn't able to work at the end of the race. I don't think Thomas took the win that time.
Well, Giovanni Amorim here in the lead at the moment. Major Bag Alert leading the race. But he's on the alternate strategy. Started on the harder tire on the C2. And he's going to try and go C3 at the end, I believe.
It'll be an interesting reference to see how far he can take these tires. Lap 16 of 29. So they're gonna be getting there, getting bit one, but you know those other guys, they pitted lap 12, lap 13 or so, 16 laps. That would be around a similar distance to what Amorim's done here. So those C2 tires will last for Dragoon, will last for Lawrence, but how will Barberi do on those C1s?
Well, he's going to be one to watch at the end of the race because he's going to be absolutely rapid in a light car on fresh, soft tires. Cody Lawrence already has made quite the inroads on the car head. 8/10 up on his PB. He's only 2 seconds behind Thomas now.
Yeah,
so
he was 2/10 faster in the first sector, 6/10 faster in the middle sector.
Giovanni Roman pits. We're gonna watch where he comes out. But Thomas isn't. He's keeping up well with Jan, who's in the net lead right now, back in the net lead.
Yeah, and this is what this is what Thomas needs. He just needs to stay close enough whilst the tyres are new for a Dragoon. Wait until that overlap is where the C1s start to have more grip, and then he will be able to close in and make the overtake.
Giovanni coming out in P5. Oops.
P4.
Just P4.
Cool.
Well, that's quite well done. Just in front of Ali Gockman there.
Gottman pitted onto the C3, so Gottman must be on the 2 stop. No way those C3s will last, I'm sure.
Gustavo Dalla Valle there. Just overtaking Columba Griffiths, who's exiting the pits. This could be quite interesting. Once they get onto the straight, Columba Griffiths sitting in the slipstream of the back car. And we see him making massive inroads there. It looks like he has the RS open, but... Oh, he does. He does attempt to overtake, but well defended by Gustavo.
Yeah. I feel like Griffiths moved over quite early out the slipstream. If he stayed behind Dalla Valle just a bit longer, he might have been able to make the overtake there. Kind of, maybe in his head, he had the move done with the DRS, he thought he was going to sail past, but by the time he got to the corner, nothing he could do. They're both
Cody
closing in
now.
on Case Phillips in front as well.
Cody making the inroads. But yeah, as you said, obviously us two, we are fairly regular drivers in Formula Trout. We have our own opinions on what drivers should and shouldn't do. So that is quite nice. Ooh, massive off there. Gustavo Dalla Valle into the wall.
Oh, yeah, that'll be front wing damage.
I think that'll be a pit stop.
Not sure how to say. Stowey's
Cyprian
going to get
Stone
past
there.
as well.
Is Rudolph?
Going into P11.
Rudolph's too far away, but that sends Gustavo out of the points. Let's see, does he have front wing damage? We'll see here. He's trying to check it. We see him weaving.
Deep into the corner, but does actually get the corner
Well,
quite tight.
I believe he might be fine. Yeah. Case Williams.
Willems.
Oh my god.
Huge crash to Willems. Not
What
sure
is
what's
that?
happened there.
What happened there?
Willems out of the race,
Whoa,
I think. Yeah,
that's a
Willems,
DNF.
in the race. So some huge accident happened to Willems there.
Right.
Oh, I've no idea if there was contact with another car.
Ryan Wilson into P12. Well, he's making quite a recovery. But Gustavo Dalla Valle once again behind Cyprian Stoyan.
Back in the points now, Willems has gone off.
The straight speed demon.
Nothing he can do.
Nothing he can do. Once again, frustrated, sitting behind the Romanian man.
Return to the pit lane.
Behind the two safety cars there.
Yes, not sure what's going on here. I presume Willems is out of the race now. We'll see if he rejoins. I don't think we're allowed to do that, so it might be disqualification if he does. But yeah, the Dalla Valle, thankfully, well not thankfully, due to Willems' retirement, he has got back up into P10. I'm sure he'll be quite happy with back in points positions. Yeah, Willems is gone again, so that is his race definitely over. Lawrence, meanwhile, in P3, 1.5 seconds. He was catching Bavaria. They're kind of setting the same lap times now. Their last lap was just within 1,000th of each other. So very, very close lap times.
Has opened a slight gap up to
Dragoon was
Thomas.
2 tenths faster than the pair, so Dragoon's still pulling away on those C2s.
Well, it is an interesting situation. Jan Dragoon was very positive before this race as a team owner, I must say. He was feeling quite confident. Said he's back into top shape in terms of his health. So, doing very well at the moment. But Thomas Barbieri chasing him, obviously, as well as Cody Lawrence. Over 10 laps to go, which is a lot of time on Spa-Francorchamps. Cody Lawrence as well, just trying to eke into that DRS. He's just slowly making his way into it, but one mistake and it is all over, I believe.
Goes both ways though. Barbari is going to be pushing to try keep up with Dragoon. He's going to want that win. Lawrence, I'm sure, is pushing to keep up with Barberi, so...
Well, this is exactly what I was discussing just before the start. Right now, Thomas, obviously, he's only one position away from those extra 7 points. If it finishes like this, he's gonna make up 3 points on Cody. If he gets one more position only, it's gonna be a massive 10 points advantage, which brings the championship really close. So you always
Five there, sorry.
yeah, sorry. Gockman into the pits. Interesting, because I believe he pit fairly recently. He's quite a short stint here.
Strategy. He started on the C4s, so C4, C3, C3. I imagine Gockman will be doing.
Well,
we'll see what tires he switches to, but
he's gonna be rapid.
Yeah, this strategy could be paying off for him. He's still in P8.
Yeah, could pay off for a nice result, but I do believe his potential this race was quite a bit higher. So we'll have to see what he does, how he makes up the time on the cars in front. But Cody Lawrence now sitting really close to that DRS. He was 1.1 at one point.
The tires are definitely faster than the C1s still. Lawrence closing in on Barberi in front, and Barberi just clinging on to Dragoon. 2.5 seconds the gap now to the younger GP driver.
Still, this is a long stint on these tires for bit of a moment there at the exit, and he's lost all the gap.
The AstroTurf there, it's such an important corner. You need to really maximise the exit, gain as much time on the straight. You touch the Astro just a bit too much, and you lose a chunk of time. But speaking of a chunk of time,
I think he's made it. He's made it, and it's the RS time, I believe, for Cody Lawrence. There we go, opens it, and now it's danger zone. Danger zone for Thomas Barberi, because the man behind him, his championship rival, does have the RS now, and I believe he's out of it again. So
look at the gap to Dragoon, 1.8. So Dragoon lost 4/10 that last lap to Barberi behind. It's only one lap using it, but if he keeps
DRS open once again though for Cody. Not a massive gain on the straight though. I believe DRS here on that camo seems to only gain you 2/10. Columba Griffiths sets his PB. Ali Gockman chasing him on those fresh C4s. He's on C4s.
Super aggressive strategy from Gockman here. C4, C3, C4.
Oh, I believe that's not unrealistic, because he did pit lap 20. That's only 9 laps.
Yeah, of course. It's just a very, very aggressive strategy. Griffiths will be trying to...
Wow, look at that straight line speed difference. He tries to send it up the inside there, but too far away. And he's got everything. He's got the grip advantage, he's got the straight line speed advantage. Cody Lawrence now very close to, well, closer to the car in front of him. But for now...
Mechanical grip of those C2s must really be working in that middle sector. Flip it to C3 and C4, and the mechanical grip of these C4s must be helping Gockman. How long can he keep it up?
Look at that, he's in the dirty air and going up on his delta. So DC4 is working beautifully right now for Ali Gockman. And the interesting thing is Columba Griffiths is setting his PBs. He's catching Felipe also in front. But
7 seconds to go though, it's a long way. He's going to need to be a second lap faster. Gockman just needs a 10th lap faster. And with the DRS, I'm sure he doesn't even need that. Maybe just a 10th and he'll be ahead, so... Close
Cody
into
Lawrence.
the bus stop.
Is he making massive inroads? No, but they're all converging on each other now. So it's quite an interesting situation there. Gustavo Della Valle is going to make a move there. No. Thinks better of it, but Ali Gockman now approaching Camel Straight once again. Gustavo's still stuck behind Ciprian. He's still there.
Well, he's got front wing damage now, so it's going to make it that much harder, even if you have better aero.
Look at that overspeed that Ali Gockman has. What wing must he be running, eh?
So close, but ooh,
Bit of a moment there.
As well.
And Gustavo, he can't. He's making no inroads on the straight. Look at this. Corner's a hit. And he's up his gearbox. This must be...
With front wing damage. Look at Lawrence though, just 5/10 to Barberi, so closing in once again. He's going to have DRS down this start-finish straight. He's going to be gaining even more.
But he loses it in the bus stop, so it's a bit of a weird situation because they're all sort of converging on each other. They're all making... lock up there for him. Is this going to allow... It doesn't really allow Cody to get too close.
Yeah, you can get away with it. It's such a wide corner, like even with a lockup, if you miss the apex, you can still get a good exit. But just 6/10 between these two, he's going to have the DRS. I don't think he's going to be close enough, but I've said that before and been wrong.
Look at that delta though, it gains about 3/10 per straight.
Have a look to the inside just to show him.
I think Ali Gokman's made it past. We missed that in the bus stop, must have made it past there.
But look at Lawrence, just 2/10.
Oh!
Huh?
Oh, no, that was just P-Tracker messing up there for us. Giovanni Amorim is not 2/10 behind Cody Lawrence.
That would be something.
But yeah, Gustavo Dalla Valle though, he is very close to the car in front. I think it's the closest he's been recently.
See if he can get past this time. Cyprian to the inside, guarding the inside before he's even there. Thinks, no, I'm going to go back to my line. You're not going to be close enough, and holds on to that position.
Oh, look at that. Under his gearbox. Oh!
Loses the rear into the wall. Another whack on his front wing. Surely he has to pit now.
Sends Ryan Wilson back into the points. Ryan Wilson here making a nice recovery after that.
Shame for Dalla Valle. It's of his own making though, obviously. You know, he just little mistakes put you into the wall and that's you out the points.
But somehow his front wing still seems manageable. It's quite... They build them strong in Brazil.
Yeah. And Lawrence gained 2/10 on Barberi that last lap, but just through these first couple of corners, he's not able to get close enough.
Oh, we see here though, he's gaining significantly. He's not gonna try, surely.
No,
Thinks better of it.
Showing Barberi he's there, you know, give him a little thing to look at in his mirrors as he gets to the braking zone, but he's not close enough to make a move.
With the lift off there, Cody.
Fastest lap for Ali Gokman in P7 on those C4 tyres.
He's flying. That is 5.8 now to Felipe also in front of him. He is flying on these tyres. But is it going to be enough?
I wouldn't say so, but the triplets at the front, Lawrence is so close to Barberi, but isn't really able to be close enough to make a move when they get to the DRS zone, and then through this middle sector, he's not able to close up. Dragoon still holding that 1.6, 1.7 seconds gap. Those C2 tyres are holding on, 5 laps to go. I don't think the C2s will drop off. Barberi on the C1s, so we'll have slightly higher tyre life. There's traffic in front now starting to get involved.
But the traffic there for Jan Dragoon. He does get past though quite cleanly. Cody Lawrence now, the gap on P-Tracker was quite small. I believe this gives Thomas DRS, does it?
Yeah, it looks like it does, and the same lap time that time around as well, basically. Cody missing the apex, but maybe getting a better exit with that wide line.
And Jan Dragoon is kind of helping his teammate along. Oh, this is close. This is close. I think he's out of battery. I think Thomas is out of battery here. Cody's going to get past him.
Doesn't even defend it. He just lets him through. He's going to be fed by the straight, and there he goes.
Thomas has shown to be quite an intelligent driver at times, and a little bit of a oversteer moment there for him.
It can always catch you out. You've been driving in clean air for so long, a car pulls in front of you, and then suddenly with the dirty air, the car reacts completely differently.
Yeah, look at this.
Gone around 10 times, and then it's just different. You can see Lawrence with those C2 tyres. Now he's in front, pulling away in this middle sector where the mechanical grip's going to be helping him. 25 of 29 laps. Will the C1 tyres come alive in the dying stages of the race?
Well, this is creating quite a dilemma for us at Junior GP right now. Because obviously Cody Lawrence in a championship fight with the man he's just overtaken. The man in front of him, his teammate, fighting for himself, fighting for his own win. He's still mathematically in the championship. We are only halfway through the season. Jan Dragoon could have an amazing second half. So what will happen here in terms of the lead now? Can Cody catch Jan? Will Jan play the team game? We'll have to wait and see.
It's a slap for Cody that time around as well.
But Thomas here, he's keeping within the RS. He's and fast slap for Giovanni Amorim, I believe. Or is it?
No.
No, it's not. But yeah, Amorim sort of in no man's land, but driving a good race.
Yeah, the starting on the harder tyre seems to have paid off for him. P4 is definitely in a good position. And Baveri closing up, found the camel straight again, but not so well. For the first time now he's behind Lawrence, but not close enough to do anything. Moreno, further down the field, has retired. Diamondback car falling off. Not sure what happened to him if he was involved in interviews. But he is out of the race now. That leaves Morosen, the last position car in P16.
Interesting livery there. Ryan Wilson there, he is catching Cyprian Stoyan. I believe he was quite close at one point. But the rocket, the Romanian rocket, that is Cyprian Stoyan on the straights, has made it difficult for some drivers this race to try and get past him. Cody Lawrence is reducing that gap to Jan Dragoon, but problematically, he's pulling Thomas along with him with that DRS and slipstream. So
this could be great for Thomas if they fight. If the younger GP teammates fight out on track for that win, Thomas can get close enough. He'll probably have the tyre advantage on those last few laps. He might be able to get back up into P1.
3 laps remaining, and the gap is reducing at the front. 1.1 seconds we're seeing now almost. Thomas Barbieri still keeping within the DRS, still keeping within that 1 second gap. And those younger GP cars both trying to shake him off. But look at that, the DRS, quite a strong effect now. As
rear locking for Lawrence through there, holds it
though, holds it nicely, and at the same time doesn't lose time to Jan Dragoon in front. So quite an interesting situation. Do we believe
has the fresher tyres than Dragoon?
Yes.
Dragoon took a few laps earlier, and then Baveri on the
Olsen there.
Not the fresh tyres.
Benoit and Olsen have just I don't know what that was. Sorry. Well, there we go. The P tracker is playing pranks on us.
Yeah, Baveri pitted just a lap after Dragoon, but he's on the harder compound. Lawrence, meanwhile, pitted a few laps after both of them, but he's on the softer compound.
Well, I believe Barbieri went in first.
Oh yes, of course. Pitted first, of course, but onto the C1s, wasn't
yes,
it? Whereas
exactly.
Dragoon on the C2s a lap after.
And now DRS train, choo-choo. Cody Lawrence. He's within the DRS of his teammate. And Thomas Barbieri within the DRS of Cody Lawrence, his championship rival. So this is interesting. As you said,
top 3 here.
As you said, if these two teammates fight, don't please, boys. If these two these two teammates fight, they will hold each other up, and that will give Thomas the chance to get past. So, you know, what do? They're both intelligent drivers. They both know the stakes in terms of championship, but they both want to win. So we're gonna see it play out here, just in front of us.
So we've got 2 laps to go. That is the second to last time, the penultimate time they will be going down that Kemmel Straight into the hairpin before No Name. Just 1 second separating the top 3 now, all closing up on the front of Dragoon, well, the back of Dragoon.
Dragoon now probably sensing quite a bit of pressure. But
how close Cody is.
Well, the smart thing as teammates would be to only make a move when it is a safe one, a decisive one. One that wouldn't allow Thomas to get past the both of them.
Thomas is so close.
They are all so close to each other. Let's go on board with Thomas there.
I think Dragoon C2's just that extra couple of laps started to drop off.
And Ryan Wilson has made it past Cyprian Stoyan.
Crucially, the top 3 starting the last lap now, less than a second between them all. Oversteer.
Ooh, oversteer, big one. But Cody Lawrence there, he has a chance. It is the last lap.
Oh, side by side.
But Thomas there, he's there. What's gonna happen here? They're all approaching the final DRS straight. And Thomas, massive overspeed there. Are we going to see him 3 wide on the last lap? Thomas going through. He's going to go into the lead. Oh my god.
Side by side into the go.
Thomas got the lead. Incredible.
Yeah, through the middle of the younger GP cars. The C1 tyre.
Unbelievable.
Lap.
What has this man done? What has this man done? Look at him. P3 to P1 in one move.
He's still got the rest of the lap to go. Can he hold on? Lawrence is right on his gearbox. He's on the softer tyre.
I think that's it. I think he's got this. How turned on you have to be as a racing driver to know, to wait for that moment. Unbelievable.
Oh, but you can see the oversteer. You can see how much the tyres are worn through the...
Is he going to have the RS? That's the question. Is he going to have the battery? Did he use it all? No, the ERS battery. Is he saving? We see the red light on the RSS. Oh, he's closing in. He's going to try it. He should try it. On the outside. But
eases him to the edge of
Thomas
the track.
There. Where's Jan? He's made a mistake, so he's out of it. But Thomas Barbieri wins. Starts the last lap in P3, ends up P1.
I don't know what to say. That was fantastic.
That was fantastic. That was intelligently done. Very well done there, Thomas Barbieri. Our winner today. And he can be proud of himself.
P1 for Barbieri for the championship. It's only
13 gaps. 13 points, sorry, the gap. Now, and that's significant. He's in this fight. He's making a statement here. Past 2 races, 2 races where he's got the lead in the last, at the last moment. And yeah, this guy, a driver who his brain's on when he's racing.
Yeah, fantastic move really on that last lap to get that first position from 3rd through the middle of the young GP cars. Absolutely fantastic. Just to work down the rest of the field. Amarim finished P4, Benoit P5, Olsen P6, Gochman P7 after the 2-stop, Griffiths in P8, Wilson in P9, good recovery driver from him. Cyprian Stoyan, final one in point-finishing position in P10. Dalla Valle after his mistake in P11. Don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm afraid. Radocchi, I think. P12. Campus in P13.
Radocchia.
Okay, thank you. Johnson and Woodward still fighting out for P14 and P15. Through the bus stop. Very, very close. Looks like Woodward's going to take it. P14 for him. Johnson in P15 and Matty Rosen rounds out the finishing drivers in P16. But
Sorry,
top 3
Yeah,
Go on, sorry.
we got distracted there. I'm sorry to interrupt. We got distracted there with that incredible finish, and didn't mention all of the other great drives. Giovanni Amore putting a good drive for P4, as you said. Ali Gochman making that two-stop work as well to finish P7, and Ryan Wilson, I would point out as another great driver today. Made his way back from 20-something all the way into the points, so P9, 2 points for him today.
I just want to say a shout out to Woodward as well. He stalled at the start of the race, was involved in a little incident, and to finish P14, it's not points, but he kept through it, didn't finish last after. I know that sounds bad, but he was literally stopped on track for about 20 seconds after the start, so some problem there, obviously, for him. So to finish the race, respect to him.
But yeah,
in P14.
What's the next race gonna have in store for us? Because these past two races between these two championship rivals, they've been interesting. Cody dominated that early season. It looked like he was gonna run away with it at one point, and Thomas has just come back. It feels like a boxing fight, and he's just saving it for the later rounds, making that comeback, in the championship. So yeah, quite amazing to watch.
Fantastic watch between these two. Incident reports are already coming in.
God bless them. That's from the Trout League.
We'll get some drivers in for interviews. We've had Case Willems waiting here quite a while since his DNF, so we will bring him in.
Hello, Case.
Hey, Willems, hello, are you there?
Yes.
Unfortunate result today. We saw you kind of upside down. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, you were inside the inside the asphalt. Basically, you were glitching.
I was having a little sniff of the tarmac.
Maybe you can, just talk us through what happened. Talk us through what led you to DNF from the race.
Yeah, it was really strange, to be honest. Let's start from the beginning. Qualifying went. It went okay. I was improving on my last lap. I think it was about 2/10 up, but then I lost it at, I think it's bus stop in the middle sector, the long left one, or the no name, whichever it is. Unfortunately, I lost it there, so I couldn't improve to get beyond ahead of Cyprian. But I think I started P15, P16, so it wasn't that bad. Then during the race, the start wasn't great. I think I had Roberto ahead behind me a couple of times who hit me, which was a bit unfortunate. I'll have to check the replay to see if it's worth maybe reporting or not. But yeah, my biggest fight really over the whole race was together with Columba Griffiths, I think if I say it correctly. Trying to keep him behind, trying a bit of a different strategy, trying to undercut him. My tires, I didn't think I could make them last as long as I could. Starting on the C2, maybe then extend until about lap 18, 19 for C3s, but unfortunately couldn't make that work, so I had to change up a bit, pitted for C1s. But yeah, it was really strange. I was just trying to keep Columba still behind with enough of a gap so he couldn't get DRS. But as I was coming out of the last corner, all of a sudden my game froze. And nothing was happening, and after 8 or 10 seconds my game crashed, and I haven't been that angry in a long while before for a race. I don't think I've had a failure like this before. Yeah, really unfortunate. I was really pleased with my result. I think it was P8. I think I still could have finished in the top 10 today if it wasn't for this. So yeah, but really unfortunate.
Well, that's the story of your race.
Running quite well. Sorry, Maxi.
Sorry, yeah, we're talking over each other. This is a commentator's habit. I'm sorry. But yeah, Case, you were running quite well there. Up in P7 at one point, I think you were. So quite sad to see your race end that way.
On my return, but at least we got Monster for the next race. I think I've heard. So
yep.
I know I gotta perform.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you have a good race next time. Hopefully no DNFs, no funny business.
Yeah.
Thank you for the interview. We're gonna have to cut it a bit short because Cody Lawrence and Thomas Barbieri are waiting in the room there. What a battle!
I watched the stream. What a lap, that last lap. Go on. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Case. We're gonna bring the winner of the race there, Thomas. That was incredible, eh? I'm gonna bring Cody Lawrence in here as well. I hope he doesn't mind.
I think he does.
Hello.
But yeah, guys, that was an insane finish between the three. Jan's not here, but the top three. That was one of the craziest things I've ever had to commentate on. I can be sure of that. What you
Put
guys?
on a show, eh?
Yeah, or how you guys feel about that?
Thomas, you want to go ahead?
Oh, go ahead if you want. Okay.
No. I'll take it then. I'll take it then if you insist. But that was a hard one for me. That was really a hard race. It may not have looked the part. Maybe it did. I don't know. But well done to Thomas. That was very masterful. Very well done racecraft wise. So that's my. I guess my initial thought is that's just one hell of a job. So wish it could have been P1, but can't fault it.
Well, you drove very well there. I believe just the timing of Thomas being in that DRS, playing it smart, leaving it just to the right moment, making the move on both of you, both Jan and Cody.
Yep. Oh.
Sometimes races are just there's this randomness factor in it, but Thomas incredibly well spotted to have that opportunity there. What did you think going into the last lap? Did you think this was possible, making the move of both of them?
Well, the plan, I will not say the plan because the C1 wasn't expected, to be honest, due to my spin like lap 11 and 12, I think. I was like, okay, if I want to go to the end, I need to take the C1 and give my maximum. It's not over, I think. Yeah, the proof is it wasn't over. And yeah, last lap was okay. I'm in the DRS of Cody. If they crash, I can take the lead. If I don't know, if Jan, as he did, try to slow down a bit Cody to get the DRS, I can be really close and have the double draft and the DRS. So maybe get past. It happens. So yeah, I wasn't expecting to be this fast in the straight, to be honest, and to be ahead heading into the home. Yeah, that last lap was incredible. I tried everything from the time I I was on C1, and then yeah, last lap gave everything, almost no battery in the end. Like I think no battery coming into bus stop chicane. Tried to defend Cody, giving a bit of room but not too much into like coming into bus stop. So
Yeah.
that was really good from him and from Jan. That was such a great race.
Well, you did incredibly well there to start the last lap in P3 and end up finishing first. With Cody on your tails there, trying to make a move into the bus stop, as you said. But coming a bit short. The gap now in the championship now, you've made up another 7 points on Cody. You're 13 points behind, so well in the fight.
He has the fastest lap, so 6.
Did somebody else
as usual.
take the fastest lap?
I don't. We don't know. I don't think.
I'm curious now.
Well, if you got it, then it's just 6 points. It's going to be a 14-point gap. Still significant, but obviously coming down compared to what it was. So the championship now wide open. You two are looking like you're going to make it an interesting season for us to watch.
Well,
we'll try.
We'll try. I don't know if I will be here at every race. Maybe
Right.
1 or 2 races I will miss. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully.
Anyway, I will give my 100%.
Yeah. Well,
So-
hopefully you do make it to every race. We want to see a straight battle between you guys. So, yep. Anything you guys want to add about your races tonight?
Thomas, you want to go first? Because I do have something, but I'll let you go first.
I didn't understand the question.
I said, do you want to add anything about your races today?
Yeah, I wasn't listening, and no, I think strategy wise quite interesting as well. C3, C1, C3, C2, C2 offset, etc. That's great. So in the beginning of the season, we had such a different strategy that make the racing really good.
Mm.
That's a good thing. And yeah, I think next race is Monza. I quite like this track, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, if I take the mic.
Yes, go ahead.
Want to give a shout out to Baroni F1 who is watching the stream. He is a old friend of mine from the F1 games. So if you're listening, man, I appreciate you being here watching it. Wish I could have won it for you, but Tom was just happy to beat today by a couple tenths. But
Don't worry, you're gonna win all the next ones.
Oh, we'll see. I have
GP
some stuff. I have some stuff I need to work on after that race.
Yeah,
so.
well, we will.
But enjoy the break though. I could use at least week break.
Well, well, I hope to see you guys at the next race as well.
For sure.
But I am Cody Lawrence's team owner, so I hope the order is reversed.
You're my owner, huh?
I said team owner. I said team owner. So I want to see the order reversed next time. No, I'm just joking, guys. Obviously, you put on a great show, so it is always enjoyable to watch a great race. Well,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for the interviews, guys. We'll go ahead and go with the last interview of the night.
They'll drag you in next. Or maybe they'll get you in next.
Cyprian Stoyan, the last interview, finishing off.
I don't want to waste your time, guys.
You're not wasting our time. Come on,
Alex
tell us.
Organize it.
you made the stream interesting there. You seem to have quite a defensive aero setup, like very fast on the straights, held up a couple of drivers.
Yeah.
How was your race?
My first, very good. I just come back from a wedding, so I don't have much time for practice. My first point in the last 2 seasons is so hard with these new and young and fast drivers. Or maybe I'm getting too old for this.
Never too old, never too old. Aging like fine wine, still scoring points.
Yeah, it's hard, but I enjoy it today. Thank you guys for streaming and everything.
Yeah, no problem. Our pleasure.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye. So, I think...
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, you want to add anything? I think that concludes the interviews.
Yeah, no, it was just a fantastic race. Obviously, the championship fight between these two is really heating up now. You know, both of them, the points gap was quite big, but Barry's kind of switched it on now as we get to the second half of the season, started to close that gap. It is really up to anyone. Next race out of the Monza, it's always a great race at Monza. The straight's so unique. It always puts on a good show, so it will be great to see. I'll just say, if anyone wants to get involved, we're always looking for new people. People to help out with the league, people who want to race. Anyone is welcome. Click the Discord link, search up Formula Trout. We're pretty distinct, so you can get involved racing these RSS Formula Hybrid 2023 cars with all of us here. We'd love to have you on the grid.
Thank you for that, Alex. And I think that's going to conclude our stream for tonight. For anyone who's still watching, thank you. And I wish you all a good night. Hope you enjoyed that race. And see you at the next one in Monza in exactly 2 weeks.